No one noticed when the black car braked in the middle of the street, cutting the flow of traffic as if the world could wait. Only when the door opened and a millionaire stepped out, no phone in his hand, no rush, did people start to look. He walked like someone recognizing something long lost, and there it was. An elderly woman, hunched over, and a boy trying desperately to keep a huge box from falling again. The boy trembled with nerves, the woman kept apologizing, and the box finally collapsed, spilling old toys across the sidewalk. The millionaire stopped in front of the scene as if pulled by an invisible thread. The morning was loud, full of impatient horns, but for him everything went silent. That ordinary chaos hid a familiar pain, an echo of the childhood he had spent years trying to forget. He knelt down without a word and began picking up the toys one by one. The boy stared at him in disbelief, as if men in suits had never knelt before. "Why are you helping us?" the boy asked, holding a broken toy car. The millionaire took a deep breath before answering, like someone opening a door he had avoided for years. "Because I know what it feels like to carry too much weight with no one to share it with." The elderly woman touched his arm with a gentleness that went straight through him. She explained that she sold those toys to pay the bills and had taken care of the boy since the day his mother disappeared without warning, leaving only the box and a crumpled note. There was no anger in her voice, just exhaustion. When he learned that the box was all they had to survive, the millionaire felt his chest tighten. He stood up, opened the trunk of his car, and began placing every toy inside. The woman tried to stop him, desperate. "My dear, this is all we have today." He paused, looked at both of them, and replied with calm firmness, "I know, that's exactly why I'm buying everything." He placed the money in her hands. She opened it, saw the amount, and lost her breath. She didn't cry loudly, she simply let the tears fall like someone finally releasing an old burden. The boy ran to hug him, pressing his face into the man's chest as if holding on to the last certainty in the world. The millionaire closed his eyes, swallowing memories he wished he could forget. When he stepped back, he said only, "Promise me you'll stay together. That's all I ask." And they promised. What no one around them knew was that the millionaire had once been a boy just like that, abandoned, carrying the world in a box no one could see. He grew up believing no one would ever save him, and maybe that's why, that day, seeing the elderly woman and the boy fighting against the weight of life, he chose to become exactly what he never had. That afternoon, while traffic began moving again and people tried to make sense of what they had witnessed, the millionaire got back into his car with the silence of someone who knows he changed more than the fate of two people. He changed his own path, as if he had finally found a version of himself that still needed healing, and by helping them, he helped himself too. He remained still for a few moments before starting the engine, watching in the rearview mirror as the woman held the money to her chest, unable to believe it was real. The boy, still hugging the empty box, smiled like someone rediscovering the idea of a future. In his eyes, there was a timid hope, fragile but alive, the same hope the millionaire had once lost. As he watched the two of them walk away, he felt something inside him rearrange itself, as if every difficult memory were finding a new place. He remembered the nights he slept in shelters, the cold that seeped into his bones, the loneliness that hurt more than any hunger. He also remembered the first person who ever helped him without asking for anything in return, a small gesture that had changed his direction. It had stayed with him for years, even when he tried to forget. And now, standing before that woman and that boy, he realized that maybe he had achieved everything he had not to escape his past, but to have enough strength to keep others from living it. At that moment, the light turned green and the cars behind him began honking. He took a deep breath, wiped his eyes, and finally drove forward, feeling the world grow a little lighter. For a long time, people who passed that street talked about the millionaire who stopped traffic to help two strangers. Some thought it was exaggerated. Others said it was marketing. Others laughed. But no one saw what truly happened inside him that day. Later, in his silent penthouse, he opened the window and looked out at the city below. For the first time in a long while, he didn't feel alone. He knew he couldn't change the whole world, but he could change someone's world. And that, he realized, might be the real meaning behind everything he had built. If this story touched you, leave a like and share it.